Pegasus recently came out with a statement regarding the whole MrBeast Soggy Cereal drama, and this made me hate him even more. Now the context is that Soggy Cereal dropped a masterpiece on MrBeast exposing pretty much everything Dogpack brought up, and it wasn't even vague points. The whole video was filled with airtight evidence and testimonies from actually credible sources, something that we already were used to from Soggy Cereal videos. I was shouted out in that video, and personally I feel honored. 3 months into the game and I got shouted out by Soggy, Nick, and WestJet. That's crazy.
Definitely check out Stucky's channel.
Dude, shout out Stucky, bro.
I found this YouTuber Stucky recently, and I think he's incredibly underrated.
But it proved to the mass audience that just because a lot of major commentary channels regurgitate the same rhetoric over and over, gaining millions of views and money in the process, it doesn't always mean it's the truth. Now, Pegasus has a habit of not doing his own research when it comes to making his videos. In my opinion, he's the equivalent of a human text-to-speech machine where he looks at a wall of text, translates it into speech, and posts it without really thinking much about what he's saying. That, or he's just a monkey flopping his arms around in front of a typewriter. And that made him very successful because he rode in on a bandwagon spreading baseless accusations at a person, and the viewers are partly responsible for allowing him to say,
I don't know why people get so mad at the fact that my videos do well. How is it my fault that people like my videos?
Now, Pegasus is also an individual who can't really articulate his own arguments into words for him to say when he takes criticism. He just says, no, and then just doesn't follow up on it. For example, when Soggy criticized him before for getting the facts wrong about the whole MrBeast and Dogpack situation with undeniable evidence, he came out with this statement where he was like, no, lots of manipulation and lies.
Lots of manipulation and lies.
But then as we the viewers waited for him to tell us what the manipulation and lies were, he proceeded to say,
I don't even need to point out, people are already doing it for me.
And showed this comment where it didn't really show what the manipulation and lies were either. I'm still confused to the present day as to what he meant by that. Now we're at the situation where Soggy Cereal dropped a nuke on Dogpack, and even the mass audience is becoming aware of the fact that Dogpack is a fraud. And Pegasus is almost as bad of a fraud because he dropped 16 videos over the span of 3 months covering mostly allegations that turned out to be flat out lies. Now, if you were MrBeast, what would you do? I would probably hate Pegasus to the core. I wouldn't even think about reaching out to him, much less help him get more views in the future. But MrBeast did reach out to him. Pegasus in his community post says, so I talked to MrBeast behind the scenes in a couple of calls. We had a real, genuine conversation about everything. Jimmy admits he did a lot of wrong, but also wants to clarify a lot of the misinformation and lies about him as well. We had a call off the record we agreed not to record, where he had a few responses that cleared up some confusion and helped his case partly. Wait, what do you mean confusion? Dan set up an actual interview to post on the channel today, and I asked him about every single allegation. I prepared questions for the last 2 days. If you guys don't understand what this implies, a victim of slander basically agreed to do an interview with the assailant, the offender, helping him potentially make even more money in the process. If Pegasus has any shred of integrity left, he would apologize, take down his past videos, and do his best to correct a record to his viewers, and thank his victim of slander for allowing him even a shot at redemption. That's the right course of action when the victim of your own slander reaches out to you first. Your next video should be about an apology. But we all know he wouldn't do that. What did he do? As soon as the victim reached out to him, he saw an opportunity to make even more money. He saw an opportunity to do an interview where he talks about, in capital letters, every single allegation. When the Soggy video was the one just doing that, all he had to do was just watch that video, which he did. But I guess the video idea of him doing a one-on-one interview with MrBeast was his one last shot at milking his victim for the last drop of coup de grace for content and money. I am disgusted. But the rest of the post gets even worse. He then musters up this audacity to passive-aggressively play the victim himself. I don't know how that's even possible in this situation, but here it is. He seemed excited about finally getting his perspective out there, but literally last minute before the recorded interview, his team canceled and said they want to do an in-person interview rather than an online one. Spoilers, I don't live in America, so we can't do that. I personally don't think it makes a difference at all, and you guys wouldn't really mind an online interview. We just want him to respond. He then apologized to me for wasting my time, but yeah, that's what happened the past few days. Pegasus, I don't think you understand. You're the one that should be apologizing and thanking your victim, not the other way around. You should be buying your own plane ticket, flying to America with some of that sweet, sweet YouTube money you earn from actively slandering this person and apologizing to him in person. You didn't even want to do that. You're the one that played a huge role when
actively partners have pulled out because of these videos. There are people who will not walk or will have to delay in them walking because of the videos that Dogpack made.
You are the offender and he is the victim. So when you try to play the victim card saying his quote team canceled the interview at literally capital last minute, I get that you're salty you lost your potential for a huge income just because you were too lazy, but here, let me spell it out for you. You have absolutely zero sense of morality and it disgusts me to my core. When you should have been the one apologizing, the victim apologized to you first for wasting your time. Then you had the audacity to put the wasting your time in quotation marks and be passive aggressive about it. I already knew you were a shitty human being when you were actively cutting out segments even from Dogpack videos to make your case appear stronger, but I didn't know you were this much shitty. Or that you genuinely believe you're the victim here, in which case I seriously question your intelligence. Anyways, if he changes his mind, I'm still down. You can expect a fair interview with hard-hitting questions. I keep it real and do not bend for bigger YouTubers. It means nothing to me. Bro, what are you talking about? What the f are you talking about? You are one of the biggest commentators out there actively spreading slander about this person, and you're the one with the power over the audience right now. You built up your audience charging them with hate over the course of 3 months. Meanwhile, the other guy did absolutely nothing to you. You have absolutely zero grounds to stand on when you call yourself in a position to bend to anybody. What are you talking about? Are you stupid? If you have any shred of integrity or morals left, quote, keeping it real in this situation would be you bending to your victim. That would be the right thing to do. But you're fully aware of the situation. In order for you to earn more money, MrBeast has to keep being Satan, and you have to keep being the good guy. Because your audience doesn't want to hear about MrBeast being the good guy anymore, and you know it. You made them that way. If you suddenly changed your stance and apologize, you know a lot of your audience is going to on you and leave your channel because they don't want to hear that. Keeping it real despite knowing that would be to bend. But you don't want to do that. We all know you don't want to do that. I still think it's best to do it on this channel specifically and he'd convince the most people here. As it's been the forefront of the dramas. Oh, so you're admitting you were the forefront of the drama. Thank you. But this is his decision in the end. I guess I might just cover the interview when it drops on some other channel. He hasn't decided where yet. All this guy is thinking about is how he can get his next video out, and this hilarious. He's like, he doesn't want to do an interview with me? Fine. I'll make money by covering his interview on some other channel then. Shut the fuck up, Pegasus. As for Soggy Cereal videos, some things were right, some were pretty wrong too, but feel free to watch it if you want. I may cover it later on, but I'm obviously more interested in talking to MrBeast directly at the moment so we can finally finish the saga for real. And this is the climax of the entire post. This dude literally says some things were right, but some things were pretty wrong too, and refuses to elaborate what the wrong things are.
Lots of manipulation and lies.
No, you're wrong. I can't tell you what's wrong, but you're wrong. I'm not gonna talk about it right now, but I may cover it later on. Guy's a joke. I'll end this video with a quote from my Twitter follower. He has the audacity to say Soggy got things wrong in his video, but refuses to elaborate. I personally wouldn't trust him in a call. He could easily clip it out of context, like he did when Dawson slandered James Warren and cut out context. He slandered someone spreading misinformation to millions of people and is too scared to admit to not doing research and platforming misinformation. He can't be trusted to be honest until his feet are held to the fire. He's afraid to cover Soggy's video because he knows it'll make him look even worse.